All right. So, walking to work, you know how this goes. Discussion 101. We've been through this before. Walk to work, get my exercise, talk to you guys. Hey, that rhyme. But this video is going to be more serious than others and probably be one of my more controversial videos. You know, I said I don't like tackling controversy, but I think the topic needs to be discussed because it came across my attention that it was a situation, not even a situation, it was a video. Oh, excuse me. I'm thinking about something completely different. But it was a video that came up, right? And in the video, some of you guys may know the person that I'm talking about. I didn't get the dude's name. All I got was that he was sitting outside of a university. And I didn't get a good look at what university it was because the background of the video was kind of blurry because the focus was just on him and the tablecloth that he had draped over the table. And basically what the tablecloth read was, rape culture is a myth. Changed my mind. Some of you might know who I'm talking about. I don't know the guy's name because the video didn't give me a name to go off of. I was less intrigued about who was saying it, which is poor scholarship, by the way. I should have got all the information possible just to be as accurate as I can about who I'm talking about. But the topic of discussion is rape culture is a myth. Now, this isn't going to be one of those videos where I'm just bashing a certain demographic or a certain gender or nothing like that. Because in my videos, I open people up to like the whole picture and elements, and also open them up to elements that they may be blind to. Because the best way for me to describe that is like this. In this country, we have people that think one of two ways. Oh, excuse me. Wow, I completely botched that. But you have people that think one of two ways. You have people that think like a left wing, and you got people that think like a right wing. And they're going to decide which one they would rather side with based on, one, how they were taught growing up, or two, what best fits their ideals in their current life. Me, I'm the person that comes in and I tell you, look, as much as you might want to say that one's evil and one's not, you got to understand that these are two wings on the same body. You know what I'm saying? You see how that just opens your minds up to, you know, like, wait, both wings are on the same body of oppression. You got to think about it. You got one good cop that's going to beat you and throw you in the cell. You got one that's going to talk with you and throw you in the cell. Just completely ignoring the fact that your ass ain't supposed to be in the damn cell to begin with. You know what I mean? So just because one being nice to you don't mean they not trying to, you know what I'm saying, put you in a situation that you're not supposed to be in. You know what I'm saying? One's going to kick your ass and one's just going to gently and briskly walk you into there. You know what I'm saying? But the goal is to get you into that cell for something you didn't do. So regardless how they do it, they're going to get you in that cell. So you might think this is the nice guy, this is the bad guy. They're working for the same damn team. You know what I mean? Same demographic, but same scenario. But continuing on. I had to put my phone on airplane mode because God knows. Yeah, is rape culture a myth? Let me say this, right? And again, I'm here to open people's minds up. So you're not going to hear me necessarily bashing a certain demographic. I mean, I got to talk about something that I'm against, right? And it's the mentality that, well, first off, we got to tackle this. Rape culture is a myth, right? And now what makes it a myth? What makes it a myth is that, one, people aren't willing to admit when the tables aren't in their favor. Because the argument that the girl was given in the video was that the guy was just completely being ignorant to women who were being raped in America and how America passively accepts rape. And that's the culture that she was trying to say exists. I'm going to tell you like this. From the perspective of a man, right? Now, I know some women out there believe, understand this as well. Rape culture is more than just men attacking women. I know, right? Mind blown. There's more than one case of rape. There's more than one definition of rape. And I'm not talking about from Webster. I'm talking about from experience. There's more than one rape. There's more than one way a person can be raped. To hell with what Webster says, because before Webster, experience was the defining factor. That's how you knew what something was. The first thing is, yes, women do get raped. And it's sickening to say that, because to have somebody force themselves on you sexually, which is the only, element of this that she was expounding on, we do have to acknowledge that that is the case. And America, first off, saying that America don't give a damn about rape that should be obligatory. Like, I mean, you should know, and I know I didn't use that word right, but fuck it. That should be so obvious. That's what I was trying to say. That America doesn't care about certain things. America only cares about two things. What they can get from the people and the public relations to hide whatever they're doing. In other words, give me your money, and even though technically based on your definition this is robbery, right? Legal robbery, y'all call it taxes, whatever the case, man. Like, I know some people are not going to agree with me on that, but it is what it is. But yeah, taxes, and regardless of how fucked up the tactics are, put some public relations in the forefront to try to make it seem like y'all are nice guys. But regardless of that, rape culture being a myth, you gotta understand, it's more than just men attacking women. You have a group of women out there, right, who think that rape can't be done by women because rape involves penetration. Without penetration, rape cannot happen, right? You have to, it's two elements that comes to this that I found out. That anytime they talk about rape, it's one, it has to be an aggressor, and two, it has to be an aggressor with a penis. So unless you are a man, essentially, basically, if you're a man and you're an aggressor, then you're a rapist. So because of that logic that they have, women can't be rapists. They can't be. But we're talking about a whole culture of rape. So that means other elements besides that are included into that, including elements that you don't want to acknowledge. For example, I think David Banks was his name, right? David Banks. He was an NFL prospect, right? He was going to the NFL, but he had sex with a woman one night on college campus. Had sex with a woman on college campus, and she went and told, I think they got caught and they got in trouble. And she basically said that she was going to she basically reported to the school that it was rape, and she sued the school saying that the guards was basically not on duty to make sure nothing like that happened. And to show you how much of a situation it was, what happened is that she sued the school, got, I think, like $2 million from it, I believe, and then just disappeared off the fucking map. Meanwhile, this dude spent, I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, I should have refreshed my memory by looking up his case, but I think he spent like a good 10 years of his life, and that was off of a plea deal. Meaning that they spooked him into thinking that he was going to get more time if it went to trial, and that if he take a lesser sentence, this is as good as it's going to get for you. Like if you cop out to the charges, meaning that if you just agree to the charges, then we can put you in there for less time, for significantly less time. So this woman basically lied and said that she got raped. Not only did she do that, but she got paid. She became a multi-millionaire from the situation, right? And by her becoming a multi-millionaire from the situation, she basically disappeared off the map. Now she got rich. He got in trouble. Innocent man. Now, granted, I think he got out, he didn't serve the whole 10 years. I believe he got out a little earlier, thanks to this nonprofit organization called the Innocence Project, where they help people get out of jail for crimes they didn't commit. So that happened. But at that point, like, he still was able to go to the NFL, and I think he played for the Falcons for a little bit, but his prime years were gone. And then what's even more fucked up is that she hit him up through Facebook, I think like years later after the shit, and said that she wanted to let bygones be bygones and apologize. But when he had requested that she meet him in person, right, and apologize for that, she ended up not wanting to do it because she thought she was going to have to pay. Well, she was going to have to pay the money back, and she didn't want to do that. So sorry about that. It was a girl with Tourette's. She was kind of talking to herself. Literally, she was talking to herself. I couldn't, I got distracted. But yeah, basically, this guy got sentenced to jail. And people are like, well, why would you cop? And I know other people don't understand the way the court system works or the way prosecution works, right? When they want to get you, they have to spook you into believing it. And it's even better for them if you have no knowledge of how these things work, because you're in a hot seat right now. One wrong move and it's over for you. So when somebody offers you, so if somebody spooks you with like a fucking, as we call it in the hood, a football contract, you know what I'm saying? When somebody spooks you with like 20 plus years for something you're getting accused of that you didn't do, but then they tell you, well, if this goes to trial, the way they're mapping it out, you had sex with this girl, so your DNA is on her. So they're gonna take that, even though there were no signs of forcible entry, there was no bruises or anything like that, or nothing to indicate that an actual rape went on. They're gonna scrap that just because the DNA, your DNA matches up, and they're gonna bank that off of, they're gonna bank on that, saying that, okay, he did rape because your DNA is in her. It's like, did you rape this girl? No. Did you have sex with her? Yeah. Well, your DNA is in her, and they're gonna go after you. So it's kind of like they just spook you into believing that they're going to do you much worse if this goes to trial. Now, the thing is, if, how you doing? Yeah, but the thing is, when they spook you like that, you're just thinking the worst case scenario, and in your mind is just playing over and over again that this is the reality that's going to be if I don't take this plea deal. Now, if somebody is threatening you with 20 plus years, right? But they said, even though you didn't do it, if you just admit to doing it, we can give you, a significantly less amount of time, because they just want to arrest somebody. They want to give the family peace of mind of the girl that's accusing you of this thing, and it'll put the community at ease so basically you're taking all the blame for something you didn't do for significantly less time for a crime you didn't commit. So the whole while you're going through that, she becomes a millionaire and disappears off the map. Then she comes back years later, hey, let's just let bygones be bygones. Well, come out and actually admit that I didn't do it. And the only reason why it was revealed that she lied, because she went to, I don't know if she went to his lawyer or if she went to her lawyer. And the lawyer had secretly recorded the conversation. And she basically admitted, no, he didn't, he didn't actually rape me. I basically lied. She openly admitted this on camera. And she didn't want to go to court and get it reversed or whatever the proceeding is for that, but she didn't want to have to pay that money back. So while she living a millionaire's good life, probably started some businesses or something else like that. She living good. This man is, had to go through hell to get his name cleared for something he didn't do. That's rape culture right there. It was another guy named Hamilton St. Clair. Some of y'all may know him. It was the black guy from the University of Berkeley, who ended up getting expelled from school because this girl, I think she was of East Indian descent. I don't know what ethnicity she was, but she basically lied and said that Hamilton had raped her, and it was even, he got expelled from school because of that. Now here's the fucked up part. He got expelled. Nothing happened to this girl. Basically, she was able to, go to school or whatever. But somehow they found out she was lying. No, she basically openly admitted after the fact that she had lied about it. And the only reason why she had lied was because she didn't want another guy that she liked on the campus to think that she was like a slut or something. That's basically that's literally what she said. It's not verbatim, but basically that's the gist of what she meant. She seen another guy on campus that she actually wanted to be with, so who she wanted as her boyfriend, and she just didn't want that to be she didn't want him to find out. She didn't want that to ruin her chances of getting with him. So it's basically like, what the fuck? But yeah, that right there. Hold on. Oh no, you're fine. But that also is a part of rape culture. Somebody's getting arrested. Somebody probably steal out of the damn store again. I understand times hard, bro, but come on now. He probably done stole a whole bunch of stuff, because they be hitting this store like non-stop. But yeah, so that's also a part of it. That's the element that they don't talk about. So when you see, and on top of that, there's a group of women in this world, right, that see that and they see a dollar sign. So they know they're looking at it from the perspective of, if all I have to do is just lie on somebody that I had sex with and say that they raped me, and I get paid millions of dollars, oh, that's a hustle. That also is a part of rape culture, because you're mentally raping somebody, you're spiritually raping somebody, and you're financially raping, you know, the community, because tax dollars got to go towards paying that. You know what I mean? It's one of them situations. And so when you say rape culture is a myth, if only you're paying attention is this one little segment of it, then yes, it is a myth. Because unless you're paying attention to the whole thing, then you're not open, you're not being honest with yourself. It's like when these women, when they call out, these particular women, when they call out rape on guys, they're only doing it to try to defend their points and whatever attention they can get from it. Because you got to understand, a lot of these females that be calling out rape, the situations aren't even rape. They just feel like the world is, you know, this world has something that I call the sympathy defense when it comes to women. Then the sympathy defense is, I'm going to believe you regardless of what it is. And let me see what time it is, because I probably got to... Yeah, I'm going to believe you regardless of what the situation is, and I'm just going to make it out to be whatever it needs to be, because the world just don't believe me anyway. And it's sad, but that's facts. They just believe them, and it's like, whatever. So I'm just like, at the end of the day, you know, it's hard to... you know what I mean? It's really hard to put in a perspective, you know, everything. When it's called cognitive dissonance. It's when you believe something so wholeheartedly and somebody brings information that completely shatters that, you try to rationalize your beliefs with the new information and try to be like, oh, no, it don't really mean that. You know what I'm saying? There got to be something else to it, when you just don't want to admit that you're wrong. So with that being said, man, I'm finna go in here, head to work. You guys just think on that. So just, you know, open your mind a little bit more and be more open to understanding that everything, just because you believe something doesn't mean it doesn't make it the truth. It's more to everything than you're believing. And you got to be willing to admit that you're wrong in order to take that first step towards getting that information, and willing to admit that you don't know it all. So with that being said, man, thank you guys for watching. Peace. Remember, be humble in victory, be gracious in defeat, but show no mercy in battle. World Warriors Collective. Keep an eye out for the merchandise that's coming, and see you guys later.